Evening, President John Mahama has commissioned the revamped Komenda sugar factory, which is expected to create over 7,000 direct and indirect jobs. The president said the revamped factory is targeted at reducing sugar imports by more than $200 million.
The Komenda Sugar Factory was established in the 1960s by Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, as part of his policy for industrialization. Over the years, the factory has undergone several transformations, with revamping efforts starting 2 years ago under the current administration with support from the Indian government. The revamped factory will produce 1,250 tons of sugar daily. Ghana now rejoins a sugar industry predicted to be worth in the regions of 97.2 billion by 2017. The Indian government, through the Exim Bank, is providing additional $25 million for sugarcane plantation on a 200-acre land at Komenda to feed the factory. Minister of Trades and Industry, Ekos Pilgadra, said government will revamp more of such defunct state factories.
Not too long after today, His Excellency will be again commissioning a ceramics factory. It will be in the western region, but again, it will be, in a sense, a replacement for the salt pond ceramics factory that we lost some years ago. And we are also looking forward, hopefully during his next term of office, to at least cut the sword on an Alaboso glass factory, which is also under preparation.
President Mahama said over 7,000 jobs are to be created.
The inauguration of the Komenda Sugar Factory will provide jobs. It is estimated that in food production, this project will provide direct and indirect jobs to an estimated 7,300 people. And so as I speak, every single cube of sugar, every single grain of sugar that we eat here in Ghana is imported from outside. Komenda is going to change that.
He said while his first term focused on economic infrastructure, more attention would be given to the real sector if given another term.
Activity on the Ghana Stock Exchange dropped further last week despite improvement in some blue chip stocks. Shares of Standard Chartered Bank, Fan Milk Limited and EcoBank Transnational Incorporated (ETI) appreciated in value to positively influence a downward trend on the market.
The shares of EcoBank Ghana Limited slipped further to 6 cedis 38 Ghana pesos from a week opening price of 6 cedis 69 Ghana pesos per share. This, according to analysts, might still be due to the bank's unimpressive first quarter result.
The financial sector continued to sustain declines in prices, and though this may not be very welcoming news to existing shareholders, I think that it's an opportunity for new investors to pick up those equities. These equities have become undervalued. If you look at their PE ratios and their price to book values and other ratios that we use in value companies, you realize that most of the equities listed on the exchange have become undervalued because of the sustained decreases in prices.
Shares of Total Petroleum Ghana Limited dropped to a record low of 4 cedis and 8 Ghana pesos per share last week after almost 10 years of trading in higher prices. Shares of SIC also slipped to 14 Ghana pesos from a week opening price of 15 pesos, losing 6.67% of its value during the week.
Opportunity for value investors to move in, pick up those equities, wait out their time, and then begin to harvest very good returns once the turnaround happens for the equity market.
All right, so let's go on to the commodities market now and find out how commodities have been faring so far. And look at what's happening to gold. Gold price is down roughly $100 an ounce this month after briefly scaling up by that's $1,300 at the end of April. So $1,205.58 because it's been dropping 0.56% there. So what we've been experiencing over the period. Now look at what's happening with cocoa as well. $3,005. That is what's been sold on the world market. There's been an appreciation in the price because you see that 3.05% there, as was what was sold previously last week. Now for cotton as well, it's been dropping consistently over the period. $64.28. There's a $0.8 drop there as well. And what's happening with coffee? Also a consistent drop over the past 9 weeks. We've been experiencing consistently a decline in the price of cocoa on the world market, $121.30. Now for crude oil, there's been a lot of activity there. If you remember last week, hit $50 a barrel, hitting the projections of the World Bank, the IMF, and Bloomberg as well. Now it's still dropping, but there's been an appreciation as we speak for the past 30 minutes as we recorded, $49.75. That's what we're experiencing with crude oil as well. Now, Nigeria crude output has dropped to the lowest level in 27 years as militants increase attacks on pipelines in the Niger Delta area. But UAE's economic minister is saying that oil will jump to $60 a barrel in the next few months. We live to see how that projection would be fulfilled. But that's it for business.